Sometimes I be right in your face and hit like Genjutsu in place. That's how it be though. Nothing but great effort just to get a C though. Eyes watching but we never seem to be though. So it's been a bit since we talked about Dragon Ball. Today I wanted to talk about a discussion based off of the ending of Dragon Ball Super and a line. A lot of people have already talked about it, but it is interesting leading into the Dragon Ball Super movie regarding Goku's power and where he's at right now. Now, a lot of people know at the very end of Dragon Ball Super, Goku, not necessarily confessed, but told Vegeta, yo, I can't do Ultra Instinct anymore. It was just something that kind of happened during the fight, and I don't have access. So where Goku's power at right now at his max is basically Kaioken times 10 Super Saiyan Blue, right? That's pretty much where he's at. Definitely he's a lot stronger than he was before the tournament in that form. I mean, he fought Jiren, he had incredible battles, and on top of that, we've seen time and time again where a Saiyan, Goku in particular, for example, when he fought Beerus, after he lost the God mode power, he still had some of it in him in his base and in his Super Saiyan, so he was able to compete with Beerus on a decent level, even though he didn't have the God form at that point. It's a possibility the same thing happened where Goku, he no longer can access the Omen form or, the Sign form, the black hair with silver eyes, or Ultra Instinct itself, but the powers might have carried over. So when he is in Super Saiyan Blue and, the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken transformation, he might still have that same type of strength that he had with Ultra Instinct, or at the very least remember the feeling of it to be able to kind of maneuver more in a way of like not necessarily thinking and your body moving on its own, because we know that essentially that's what Ultra Instinct is. It's a form or technique that the gods mainly use, and even Beerus couldn't do it, and I think that that's why they decided to pull that move. If you remember correctly, following everything that comes out, the information, Akira Toriyama had said at one point he doesn't plan on having Goku and Vegeta pass Beerus, Whis, or any of them anytime soon, and that was what, like a year or two before Dragon Ball Super ended, and even then I think he still really meant it at the end, and that's why Goku couldn't handle or couldn't go back into that form as revealed in the final episode, because again, Toriyama does not want Goku to surpass them, and I think again, based on Beerus saying, yo, he probably could take me now, Goku did pass him, and that's why they had to take it away. It kind of feels cheap in a way. It kind of feels like, oh, because we have surpassed the gods or met up with the gods, and at some point they're obviously bringing Dragon Ball back. We got the movie coming in December, but they decided to let's strip that away and let's go backwards a bit, because Goku already met the gods, so to speak, and to a certain degree it kind of makes it feel like, okay, wait a minute, on top of the fact that Ultra Instinct was already like, whoa, throughout this tournament he got the Omen form, he figured it out, and then was able to master it, and then forgot it all at the end. I'm just thankful that the plot of Dragon Ball Super wasn't one big, oh, let's wish that none of this ever happened and Goku forgot everybody. It was more so like, hey, it doesn't gel well with GT anymore, but screw it, the ending of Z is the ending and that's it, and they gave a nice little happy, safe ending for the final episode of Dragon Ball Super and kind of closing in on things. But again, the Ultra Instinct form, one thing you got to think of, if you watch the trailer for the Dragon Ball Super movie, it seems as though Goku once again can reactivate that form, because it looks as though his eyes was changing colors. I don't know if it was going silver or it's going to be this whole different transformation, because you got to think for a second, okay, we're taking away Ultra Instinct, right? Even if Goku obtained some of that strength, he's still not going to be nowhere near where he was when he took on Jiren, right? And that means that whoever this threat is that comes to the Dragon Ball Super universe, the Saiyan that we've seen so far, we got to think, okay, at the very least, he's not going to be, stronger than the gods or anything like that, because again, Goku doesn't have that type of power. Maybe he'll be somewhere close to the gods, and it's kind of touch and go with this one. They could play it off where this guy is so strong, he is as strong, if not stronger than Beerus. I played around with this idea, and a lot of people didn't like it. I thought it would be something interesting to showcase that this guy, at the very least, can give maybe one of the gods of destruction a run for their money. If not, it'd be a big bang to start off the movie in general with. He kills one of the gods of destruction in a different universe. Maybe he kills Champa in Universe 6, and we got to go on a crazy hunt to get him wished back or something, and then bam, it showcases that he's on the level of the gods, which is why Goku would need that form once again to compete with him. But at the same time, you got to think, at the very least, we know this guy is not far above the gods, because if Ultra Instinct was meeting or slightly surpassing the gods, then, Goku would need another form to go even further to compete with this guy if this guy comes and he's stronger than Goku and shit like that. So the way they took it off, said, yo,
oh, he don't got Ultra Instinct. That means this guy is probably going to be as strong, if not maybe a bit stronger than Jiren. But of course, Goku is only going to be able to tap into that power maybe at a one-time deal thing, whether it's a new transformation, a la what this guy got going on with this green aura and stuff like that, or again, it'll be him tapping into Ultra Instinct. I think a possibility where they could go with this, because at the end of the day, we got to think, they always devalue the previous form, the form that came prior to what they're hyping up right now. They always make it look weak. As much as God Mode was hyped up, we saw as soon as Resurrection F came through, you need Super Saiyan Blue, you know what I'm saying, to stand a chance against Frieza. Then of course, when we got to Super Saiyan Blue, you need Ultra Instinct, or you need at least the black hair form. Then the black hair form wasn't good enough. We needed the silver hair, the mastered Ultra Instinct or whatever. So they always like to devalue things. I wouldn't be surprised if very early on in the movie, once again, Goku is able to tap into Ultra Instinct on accident or whatever during a small fight with this guy, and they're gonna devalue it again, have this guy whip Goku down even in that max form, and Goku has to figure something out. And incoming brand new transformation, because it seems as though whenever they do a new movie, they always want to introduce something. I think Ultra Instinct was underutilized and it was a mess to begin with. Again, Goku mastering it all within the span of what, less than an hour, like, you know what I'm saying, and then forgetting it. It was definitely messy. If they're gonna put it in this film and then have it devalued like that, whipped around, it's also gonna showcase that this villain is stronger than, or as strong at the very least, as the gods, which let them throw hands at that point, right? So it's gonna be interesting to see where this goes. And again, it seems as though Ultra Instinct at this point, if we're going into the movie and early on, if Goku in the first act of that film uses Ultra Instinct and gets whipped, then it showcases that Ultra Instinct, the form that they were building up throughout the entirety of Dragon Ball Super, is once again devalued. And I'm not a big fan of how they do that, I'll be honest with you. It's been every step of the way, every villain that comes is stronger than the last transformation, and they gotta ascend further. We've seen it from Super Saiyan 1 to 2 to 3. That's been the reason why in the structure of Dragon Ball. And with Ultra Instinct, because we didn't have enough time with it, because Goku didn't utilize it so much, it's gonna be really almost feeling like a wasted form. We got the silver haired form for what, 2 or 3 episodes, and that's it. I would have liked a little bit more time with that. Super Saiyan Blue had a whole movie of Goku and Vegeta whipping Frieza around. So kind of curious what you guys think about this though. For starters, with Ultra Instinct, Goku not being able to tap into it anymore, I guess a big question you got to ask is, who's stronger at that point? Is it Goku or Vegeta? Does Goku retain some of the abilities or understand how to maneuver like that at that point because he had Ultra Instinct at one point? You add that to his Super Saiyan Blue and his Kaioken, and bam, that's immediately way above Vegeta. Or Vegeta's new sparkly transformation just puts him leaps and bounds ahead of Goku, who at this point, where Dragon Ball Super stands right now, do you think is the stronger between the two, Goku or Vegeta? Also, do you feel as though if they introduce another form and Goku gets blown away in the first act of this film going into Ultra Instinct, that essentially these forms were a waste of time because once again they get devalued with a new movie? And what do you think regarding if this villain is capable of kicking Goku's ass in the Ultra Instinct form? Goku has to go to an even further form. Does that kind of clarify that that guy would be at that point as strong or stronger than the gods of destruction? Or, I mean, at the end of the day, they always play around with whatever accomplishes their goal. If they want to make Goku still leaps and bounds away from ever catching up to Beerus, then they'll do so. So only time will tell. And your overall thoughts of where Goku's power is going to go now? Do you think that they're going to continue on with just Ultra Instinct? Personally, again, I think with this new movie, more than likely they're going to adopt a new transformation, and again, Ultra Instinct. I mean, I don't want to keep harping on it, but I totally feel as though it wasn't used enough. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the black-haired form for a decent amount of time, the sign form, because he used it against Kefla, he used it throughout the tournament, but the mastered form, the full form, he didn't really use it that much, and even then, that wasn't really enough to take out Jiren. So that also is going to showcase, if Goku goes in that form, 100% this guy is way stronger than Jiren if he can't do nothing. But again, only time will tell. Your overall thoughts and expectations for Goku's next transformation. You think it's going to be more Super Saiyan 4-esque? Is it going to be some Uzuru thing? Like, where are they going with this? And again, does that make Ultra Instinct as a transformation a huge waste of time because we didn't get it that much and we're already moving on? I mean, I felt like that a little bit with Super Saiyan Blue, but at the very least in the Dragon Ball Super anime, you know, we got that stretched out throughout an entire arc of them using that form. So it's going to be an interesting time when the movie drops and looking at Goku's power at this point. Again, Goku or Vegeta, who takes it? But that is all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, stalk me on Facebook, and follow me on Twitch. I'll be streaming every now and then in the nighttime. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life, boy. Bow. Have an awesome day. Seriously, can't wait to see what's gonna happen next with Goku's forms. Dragon Ball, come back ASAP.
We make a major move, laugh and let the haters lose. We don't give a fuck, virginity intact, cream stack. Paper rules if you heard it.